shooting in Western isn't highly effective. You won't be able to mow people down. Because there's 60-meter squares, you have to get into someone's square to get close in. We call this the assault. Quite rarely would it be actual hand-to-hand combat, but be in close, desperate fighting. So if you really want to make a difference and punch someone out of a square or create some real damage, you assault. The assault dice are deliberately a little bit varied or a little bit wild, so you can't quite guarantee how things will go. Now here's how an assault works. Every base is worth 2 dice. That's the standard starting position. Up to a maximum of 5 bases. So they've got 5. The Mexicans have only got, oh, they've got 5 bases as well. Marvellous. 1, 2. Every base gets 2 dice, whether it's leader or whether it's not a leader, because all similarly armed. There they go. Now, there's a slight problem. If you're assaulting a building, you'll lose 1 dice per base. There's other rules as well, but that's basically how it goes. Now, in Western, it's all about comparative quality. If one of the groups is better quality, they can have a re-roll. So quality makes a huge difference. Now, let's assume the foot cavalry are better quality. I've just made that up. I'm going to roll their dice, see what happens. But remember, they need 6s to create wounds. 6s. I know they've got less dice, but they've got the qualities. Here we go. The cavalry will pick up their 5 dice and try and get 6s. Well, incredible. They've got 2 woundeds or 2 casualties. The Mexicans don't get a re-roll. Oh, 2 as well. So, 2 cavalry bases become wounded. There we go. 2 Mexican bases become wounded. There we go. There are never any draws in an assault. If your assault's not very good, if you don't kill more, then you lose. So, these cavalry have lost that assault because they got the same. You have to get more. Whenever you lose a fight, you pull back and you hit with 4 more dice. Here's 4 more dice from the Mexicans. It's always 4 dice, no matter what the force size is, etc., etc. They've got 2 more, so 2 more cavalry. And I did warn it could be a bit brutal. There. An assault's the last thing you do in a turn with a group. So that went very badly, but they did it just for your benefit rather than as a sensible idea. Now let's assume that Corporal Wimpy is starting another turn. He's doing some morale. Just remind you about morale. He's got 4 wounded, so there's 4 dice. Enemy in proximity. Now when he's a really small unit like that, the rules are in the book, you do an extra 2 dice, so things are a bit grim. Every 4, 5, 6, bad news. Well, his morale is superb. He's got 2 lots of bad news. So whatever he rolls for this turn, he loses 2 spots. So if he rolls and gets, well, there you go, 4 action points, he's lost 2 because of morale. And with only 2, if I were him, I'd probably just stay where I am. If you start running around in the open, it could be very dangerous.